Period. From Boston. Broadcasting all over the world. Send the soy boys home. 'Cause we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
Drop down, let me give it to you.
This is the Joe Cronin Show. Now, here's Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin.
Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. He looks like one of those guys from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a shock jock or whatever, and somehow or another he accumulates followers on Twitter. It's fucking pathetic. So please, nobody listen to anything involving a guy named Joe Cronin, because it's just so fucking sad.
Are you ready? If you're in the chat, you hit that 100 like button, because I'm getting horny when we hit 100 likes. How's everybody doing? Monday Night Raw's over. Hit the like button, daddy. We get 100 likes. I'm getting hard.
This is the most mature audiences only shit you've ever heard. Period. From Boston. Broadcasting all over the world. Send the soy boys home. 'Cause we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
Drop down, let me give it to you.
This is the Joe Cronin Show. Now, here's Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin.
What's going on, everybody in the chat? It's Monday Night Raw. I think tonight was better than last week. I don't know how much better that really is, but I think tonight was better than last week. There's some things to talk about and whatnot. We got Lord Cosmo in the chat. We got to hit 100 likes, though. Let's go. We can do it. I know we can do it. 100 likes, we can do it. Look at Cody. Oh. Look at Cody. He's looking like a friggin' snack, bro. Cody Rhodes looking like a snack tonight. How about no, listen, Trish Stratus is hot. So obviously Trish Stratus is going to turn on Becky Lynch so that they can have their feud, so that Trish Stratus can lose to Becky and put Becky over. Maybe Trish will beat her once and Becky will beat her twice, and they'll do 3. But I don't know. I guess I'd be shocked if they had did 3 matches, because that would be quite a few matches. For Trish to come back for 3, that would be that'd be interesting. But I would expect Trish to win the first one by cheating, and then Becky to win 2. I think. But I don't know. Maybe that won't happen. But that's kind of sort of, that's where I see things going that way. How's everybody doing on this Monday night? After Monday Night Raw. If you guys want, you can really piss off the trolls tonight. You can support the Joe Cronin Show by using the donation link in the chat. As you can see tonight, the trolls are already angry. They're mad. So here's the donation link right there for you in the chat. The trolls are already upset. They get mad, but you know what I mean? After we have a good week like we did, after we have a really fun week and a successful week, they just come out, bro. They come out. They don't go away. It's been years of this. They're still here. You know what I mean? Like, they've destroyed almost everything, every other person ever, like, out there. You know what I mean? But, like, they're still here, bro. They're still here for the fun. I can't believe it. They must have heard. They must have gotten word that people were donating last week. Good Lord. Nobody is attacked more than me. I swear to God that no one is. I mean, maybe I could be wrong, but I feel like I am the ultimate victim. Come on. But no, Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch. It was awful the way it started, though. When she turned on her, man, that looked terrible. When she waffled her from behind terribly. Oh, that was not good. That was not good, bro. It did not. It looked like shit, to be honest. Like, let's be honest. But what are you gonna do? It looked fucking terrible. She just needed to clock her, like, with a bat, like this part of the elbow right to the back of the back shoulder blade, and make and she collapsed, or whatever. But I mean, the kick afterwards looked good. The kick afterwards was fine. That was great. Like, I had no, the fuck just fell. I had no issue with that whatsoever. But that initial attack, she like ruined it. It's like they're probably going to use the kick to the head constantly. My lighting is different tonight. This light is way too bright right now on me. Do you see how bright the light is? Usually it's like a little bit lesser and the background's lit up more, but my light is on a little too bright tonight because I was using the green screen earlier today. And boy, I'll tell you what. When people say, Joe, you're like 40. You look pretty good for being 40. But then now that the light is like shining all over my face, it's like you can see how aged I am at this point. Look at the bags under my eyes. Look at that. Like, if I just need to have this done. Like, just, hey guys, I'm 28 again. But no, I'm looking older. Anyway, so a lot of things they did, made sense, and there were progressions that went on tonight that made sense and stuff like that, but I don't think I'm going to be that happy ever, because it's I'm just not going to get the excitement level that I'm looking for from a lot of from Raw. I'm just not going to get the excitement level I want. And I get that. I think some people are going to really like this Raw, or at least like Raw tonight. They're going to say it's pretty good. But there's going to be other people that don't. And I'm going to put a poll up, and we're going to see what you guys say via the poll in a second. I'm going to go in Discord in a few minutes. We'll be on for a few minutes tonight. And you crack halfway, Rastafa. Yeah, Rastafa's a crackhead. Let's just be honest. And let's calm down, everybody, because the worst thing that could happen tonight is Dork Knight could call up the show and tell us about his daughter. So let's all be careful before we summon the Dork Knight's goddamn daughter here. We don't want that to happen. You know what I mean? She'll be here in a jiffy, looking all hot, trying to entice Vince McMahon like she does. I'm old too, Joe. What up, Spectral Citizen? Hey, Spectral, how you doing, man? I was making fun of a guy earlier today, on my and so I had to have the green screen up. I'll give you a little sample of it. You see, this guy talks trash about Picard season 3, and so I talk trash about him. I'll show you the video at the end of the show. That way we don't piss off the people that don't want to hear about that stuff. But we're gonna get into wrestling now, which started out with a pretty good promo from Ray. Ray's out there wearing the Latino World Order t-shirt. Brings back memories. Gotta love that. Dom was good up until he sort of stumbled, and he was like, when they stick their nose out of our business or whatever, like he said it wrong or whatever, and that kind of like curtailed the thing a little bit for me. It's funny how one wrong speak can really kind of make a promo kind of turn on its ass. But, the Judgment Day comes out and does what they do, and they talked about beating up Bad Bunny. This is obviously setting up this big thing. And where are they going? Cuba or somewhere? I don't remember. Tijuana, Cuba. I don't know where we're going, but we're going somewhere with the WWE on a tour, and we've got to promote it. So, listen, I don't argue with them that this is a great way to promote, the show. I mean, they're doing what they can to promote their show the right way. They're doing pretty good. I just, Dom wasn't the best. Good recovery, though. Good recovery. My question is, what's that? Do you know, like, my question is, forget about Dom's promo here. Forget about what Dom said. What is that? And I know you guys know what I mean. What is that? Bro, what the fuck? What kind of fucking... I mean, good Lord. Man, these people in the crowd are about as beautiful as AIDS inside of a cunt hole. Okay? The people in this crowd literally looked like everybody in this crowd looks like they missed the special needs pride parade. You know what I mean? I mean, listen, the next time Tommy's mom wants to show up in the audience, can somebody dissuade her from being there? And let's not even get into fucking... I mean, I don't even know what this guy's name is. We're just going to call him, I don't know, we'll just call him San Francisco. How about that? I don't know what to call him. Or maybe we could call him Rick and Morty, since he's wearing a Rick and Morty shirt and a Rick and Morty hat, has man tits and a giant stomach, but his stomach sags at the way bottom, near like his crotch area in a weird way. Like, bro, what the fuck is going on with this guy's body? His stomach sticks out right around the Rick and Morty, like right around there. His stomach sticks out weird. And then his stomach gets bigger, like down here. Like, what is going on with this guy's, like, God bless his soul if he, like, had some kind of medical thing. I'm sorry to make fun of this then. That's wrong of me. But, I mean, good Lord, Rick and Morty San Francisco here looks like, I don't know, bro. I mean, what's this guy's cock look like? That's what I'm wondering. And you know what really pisses me off is Dom is in the way right now because this girl right here might be, I don't even know if she's of age, actually. I can't really tell how old or what she is, but she looks like she might look normal. I don't know. But she also might have a snaggletooth. I'm not really sure. So tonight we're going to have to go with the best looker in the crowd. It's hard to pick one out of this crowd. I would say nobody here, but I guess I'm going to have to go with Homie in the sunglasses. Because, I don't know, everybody kind of looks like shit. But I'm going to give Homie with the sunglasses. He looks like he's the best looking person in the crowd. So I will give the best looking in the crowd award tonight to him. He does look like the most normal human being, even though he's wearing sunglasses in an arena like a fucking retard. But that's fine. He looks pretty good. So anyway, good. I thought it was a pretty good opening segment overall for the most part. I just, I'm not really into the Ray stuff anymore. Dom needs to get even more insane. Like, Dominic needs to get crazier and more insane and off the rails and fucking nuts. You know what I mean? That's what Dom needs to do to get me interested in him, because at this point it's like I'm just like, okay, yeah. I don't know. I think some of the stuff Dominic was doing before was more interesting, so this ain't that interesting. So maybe he could... Oh, shit! Somewhere after midnight, in my wildest fantasy, somewhere just beyond my reach, there's someone reaching back for me, racing on the thunder, and rising with the heat. It's gonna take a Superman to sweep me off my feet. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. And he's gotta be large, and he's gotta be fast. He's gotta be fresh from the fight. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. And he's gotta be sure. Oh, the ghost from the coast! I need a fucking hero! I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night.
Suck my fat cock, trolls, lol.
Oh, suck my fat cock, trolls. The ghost from the coast. Man, he don't give a shit. The ghost from the coast coming in and dropping a 40 spot. I'm almost starting to think that the trolls help. You know what I mean? I actually like the trolls. You know what I've noticed over the years? When the trolls start showing up in the chat and they're like, you're a fucking loser. And you're so weird, bro. It's like the trolls showed up on during WrestleMania week. They were like, ha ha, blah, blah, blah. And like people just dropped fucking bombs, bro. And now tonight, the Ghost from the Coast dropping a 40 spot. That's gonna make them
Super chat party.
That's gonna make the trolls really angry.
Trish versus Becky Backlash. Trish versus Lita SummerSlam.
Trish versus Becky at Backlash, and then Trish versus Lita at SummerSlam. You know, Jay's World, I still think that, yes, Trish can face Lita at SummerSlam, but I still think that she could potentially have multiple matches against Becky. I still think that could happen. I still think that the multiple people, multiple matches could happen with Becky and Trish. You know what I mean? I do think that could happen. It could happen. I'm going to suck down my water. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty good, man. I had a long day at work today, but you know, it's been a rough couple of weeks, but I'm still feeling pretty good. Donnie Murdoch, what's up, bro? Somebody hand him the Discord. I'm gonna pop into Discord in a few minutes and see what people are saying. We'll talk about it a little bit. You know what I mean? But right now, I'm just hanging out with you guys for a minute. Finn Balor tried to butt pump Rey Mysterio. And at this point, you know, we're like 30 minutes into the show. Somebody gets attacked in the back. It's Lita. We don't know who it is. So probably it's Trish, right? So like Trish is attacking Lita maybe, and she's attacking Becky. which is weird that she'd attack Lita earlier in the night and then turn on Becky in their match when they hadn't even lost yet. So whatever. Unless I could be missing something though. You know? Could be missing something about it. But boy, did she look hot tonight. Holy shit, bro. Oh boy. Women that age just can look that hot it's unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like, how old is Trish? And she looks like, oh my Christ. Like, not to jerk off or anything, but what's her age? 47 years old. She's 47 years old. Like, she looks amazing. Like, I don't know, man. At 57, she's going to still look good. So, you know, I don't even know. But I don't know what to tell you because even Beverly Crusher from the new Star Trek show is like 74 or something. She's like a grandmother, and I find her hot. So maybe I'm just a pervert. Look at Beverly with the phaser right here, shooting the phaser with her little legs and her hands on the trigger. I mean, she's looking... I mean, eat your heart out, Madonna. She's like 10 years older than Madonna. I think, or whatever. But either way, whoever worked on her did it right. Beverly Crusher. Gates McFadden looking like a snack. Yeah, so Trish is another one of these hot chicks. So she comes out, Trish at 47 years old, looking yummy. And tag team match happens. It's a little bit sloppy to me. I really do think it's quite a sloppy match. But whatever. They get the point across that Trish Stratus is turning at the end on Becky. And the way she turned was terrible. Again, like I said, she like missed her. It was fucking looked ridiculous. But it looked ridiculous. Ridiculous. But nonetheless, you know, and we'll see what you guys have to say on Discord in a minute when I go over there. I'm sure Rostaf will have things to say if he's here. And then, so the women's match, and the women's match had a million commercials. Dude, am I crazy? Can someone explain to me if I'm crazy or not about this? Was there 3 commercials or 4? I think there was 3, though. Please, somebody clarify. I feel like there was a commercial break before the match started, right as the match was starting, in the middle of the match, and when the match ended. Am I wrong about that? I think I'm right, though. I could be right. Somebody who knows definitively, feel free to write it in the chat. But I think, I'm looking at it now, commercial. Okay, so here it is. The women are coming out with the belts to the ring. Here we go. We're going to come out. Oh, commercial. Oh, no, commercial. And they're in the back talking. Commercial. They come out to the ring. They start wrestling. Commercial. They come back. They're wrestling in the ring for the titles, and then she turns. Commercial. So maybe it was 3. I feel like it was 3 then. I swear to God, they were talking about coming out with the belts in the back, and then they went to commercial. And then I swear to God, women were coming down to the ring, and then the match started, and then a commercial. And then there was another commercial. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. There were 3 commercials, says King Mundo, and says almost everybody. Yeah, so during the women's situation, from the first minute we were being told the women were about to have a tag team match, we then saw 3 commercials. Before it started, while it was starting, and in the middle of it, and then as it ended. So we saw 4 commercials in a span of, I think, 18 minutes. Let me see. Oh, no. Yeah, there were. So wait a minute. I don't even know. 49, and then the whole thing ended at 09. So, yeah, so 20 minutes. So the women had about 20 minutes from here they come out to the ring to the match is over, 20 minutes. And we saw 4 commercials, or 3 in that time. I mean, really, one during. It's weird because it's weird. It throws you off because I think there was 1 during the match. Were there 2 during the match? If there was another one during the match and I'm wrong, then okay. Somebody let me know. But, I mean, we're all trying to figure it out. But the bottom line is there were way too many commercials during that. And who doesn't want to see Nick Cage eat someone's dick as Nosferatu or whatever the fuck he's doing in that movie. I mean, that could be the shit show or awesome. Man, were the people any louder for Bobby Lashley and the other fat guy tonight? Bronson?
Bobby Lashley is not human. The almighty...
Dude, were they like... And by the way, who's this guy in the front row? Watch this. Watch this in a second. Watch this.
What? Bobby Lashley is not human. The almighty...
Did you see that guy? That's my motherfucker. That's my... Did you guys see that guy? Bro, what was that guy on? Dude, the crowd was lit for Lashley and the fat guy. Like, they were freaking out tonight for it. It was unbelievable. Spine Buster by Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley is...
We got to get a cam on this guy. This guy's reaction is fucking off the charts retarded. I love it.
not human.
Like, this guy was like, that's my... Like, dude, he was like, dude, that guy was lit up, bro. Like... Look at this guy. What, dude? What is this? What is this guy, bro? Oh my god, bro. Dude. Oh my god, dude. How cocked you gotta be that guy? That guy was fully loaded, bro. Dude, that guy was unbelievable. Oh, it's Seattle? We're in Seattle tonight? I didn't even know that. That explains everything. That explains everything, baby. That guy's out of his mind. Even the referee was terrified. He's like, oh, shit. By the way, doesn't the referee look like an oily, greasy, fucking homeless brother that was pulled off the streets of fucking Brooklyn during a fucking spaghetti eating contest? That's what that referee looks like. Bobby Lashley's like, I'm Bobby Lashley. And the referee's like, it's about the Mario, huh? Sorry. Sorry. But that guy was fucking loaded. Can we get, you know what? I want to get him in super slow-mo. I want to get that guy in super slow-mo. Give me that guy in super slow-mo right now. We got to take like a picture of him too. Dude, this guy is... I can't even believe this is a real human. Like, he is so wound up that it's like, it's kind of almost unbelievable. This guy, yeah! And then here comes crazy guy. That's what I'm talking about. Dude, they were fired up for Lashley tonight. And then they were loving him and Bronson or whatever, fighting into the crowd, or fighting outside the ring, rather. Place was exploding. I mean, man, you know, I made fun of that shit last week, and maybe it worked. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Because I was like, who gives a shit about these guys having a match at all? But this crowd did tonight. I think they were just virtue signaling, though, because they were in Seattle, Washington, right? And Washington is full of weird white people who have, like, crazy white guilt. Like, they'll kill their babies. Like, the people in Seattle will murder their parents and stuff like that, like, to get the attention of a black man. So, and if you don't believe me, go look up Twitter and TikTok, and then look up YouTube videos of Seattle and Washington State. Like, go look it up right now. If you don't think that that's not real, like, they're, like, shining people's feet and licking them and stuff. They're fucking crazy. They're disgusting people over in Washington, most of them. So, I'm telling you, and by the way, nothing's better than when Bobby Lashley goes to put the Hurt Lock on Bronson, and his giant breast comes out of his fucking singlet or whatever here. So, yeah, listen, the Seattle people are insane. So, I think they're just chanting for Bobby Lashley because they want to give people their reparations or whatever. So, I mean, I'm not even joking. Like, they're really like this. So, I think that could be what's happening here. Oh, shit!
Somewhere after midnight, in my wildest fantasy, somewhere just
oh, no, look at this!
my reach.
Oh, DWELSH is going to get on the action! DWELSH! D. Welsh is... Oh, stroke it. Oh, stroke it.
It's gonna take a Superman to sweep me off my feet.
D. Welsh is going bananas.
I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. And he's gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast. He's gotta be fresh from the fight. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the morning light. And he's gotta be sure, he's gotta be soon. He's gotta be larger than life, larger than life. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night.
Suck my fat cock, 2 trolls.
Oh.
Matching ghost.
D. Welsh going and matching ghost. Look at that. D. Welsh, thank you, D. Welsh, so much. Turpa says Joe has 2 heroes tonight. That's right, I have 2 heroes tonight. The Ghost from the Coast tonight has dropped a $40 big one. And D. Welsh, thank you, D. Welsh. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you very, very much, man. Everybody give love to D. Welsh at some point. These are all people that keep this show running. Without you guys, I could not do this. And sometimes I haven't been able to do it on Monday nights because it has been a little bit dry. But thank you guys so much for that, bro. I really appreciate that. The rumor is Vince McMahon was not at Raw tonight.
Hey, Bullfrog,
I don't think
he's
it
a
made a difference.
moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
Oh.
Sup, Joe? I hope your night is going well. This Raw was straight up dead, the star power is nowhere in sight, and tonight's show has Noseman written all over it. At this point, have Eric Bischoff or Jeff Jarrett book this show besides Hunter or Vince.
Yeah, Retro Neon, thank you for the $3, man. Retro Neon. I pretty much did, I didn't really like tonight either. I'm not a big fan of tonight. I think some people did like it. I did not really like tonight. I don't have much to add to it, to say about it, except, I think Bobby Lashley and Bronson ended up being really fun. And that was because of the crowd was so good, and they did a good job. And listen to this.
Lashley still trying to cinch it in. Bronson to the... Oh, man! A vicious crush.
It's funny, man. The crowd was popping for these really slow moves and slow, like, earthquake versus Hercules type of wrestling that was going on here.
Athlete spilling to the floor. Oh.
And they were really waffling each other. I don't know. And that was part of what got the crowd going to me. Was there were times where it felt like they were kind of being stiff with each other on purpose, or that maybe they had gotten angry at each other for real and just went off or something. And that's, I think, what helped lead the crowd to that, like, even bigger frenzy. It just looked like they were taking real stiff shots on each other and pummeling each other in a way. So they really did a good job here. I really beat up Bobby Lashley last week, but they made stuff look like it hurt tonight out inside the ring where they got counted out. And the crowd was loving every minute of it. And they couldn't. They were so tired too by the end of the match. They could barely throw those punches and those shots that they were trying to throw. So whatever they did, for whatever reason, I mean, they really looked tired in a real fight. I mean, I just I don't know. So I give Bobby credit and the fat guy credit, Bronson, for probably being one of the best things of the night wrestling wise, because in the end, whatever gets the crowd that excited, to me, is what kind of wins. Doesn't matter how many flippy flops you do. It doesn't matter how long your match goes. Doesn't matter what titles are on the line. Doesn't matter what star power is out there. And there's not a lot of star power right now in the company, to me. And there's not a lot of star power that I saw tonight, obviously. But, these guys got the crowd to react, and I found that to be exciting. Oh, his name, Bronson Reed, yes. Thank you. So, yeah, you know what? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to head to Discord in a second. Oh, scissor me daddy. Off topic.
Just scissor me. Scissor
The Off Topics podcast is dropping a Scissor Me. I'm going to go follow their podcast now.
The amount of outside interference in matches nowadays is ridiculous. What happened to clean matches?
I know.
Bloodline continues to talk about dominance but can't win straight up matches.
Yeah, and here's the thing. The thing I don't get about that is why don't the announcers make a big deal out of that? That's what I don't understand. I have no problem if the champion is going to be part of his character is that he's a scumbag, cheating piece of shit dickhead. That's fine with me. But why are the announcers like, Roman is amazing, though, you got to give it to him? Why aren't the announcers like, he's a cheater? You know what I mean? Why is that? I don't understand how Michael Cole ignores that Roman cheats every time. Like, I don't fucking get that. In fact, it's fucking driving me insane. Like, pull up the calls of Michael Cole when Roman cheats and wins. Why isn't... This is why you need a heel and a face announcer at this point. Because you need Michael Cole to be like, you know, will he ever win a match? Maybe he can win. Maybe he wouldn't be winning if he didn't cheat every single time. And then, you know, Corey can say, they don't ask you how, they ask how many. Michael, yeah, that's real great, but in his heart, he knows he didn't win this thing straight. He didn't beat Cody Rhodes. It's WrestleMania. And Corey Graves can say, yeah, it's WrestleMania. He pulled out all the stops. Pulling out all the stops is cheating. Even if it's cheating, it doesn't matter. This is ridiculous. You know, none of that passion, none of that like, oh wow. But and here's the thing. Fine, if you don't want to do the heel face thing like back in the day, and you don't want Michael Cole to say, you know, he's a cheater scumbag. You don't want him to say that. Okay. But is he really going to praise him? He's really going to praise him for cheating? Why not just make Roman a face, a full-on face at this point? Maybe he is the face. Maybe we're crazy. The face is cheating, I guess. I don't know. But it's very weird that that's what they do. Hey, Off the Topics podcast, thank you for super chatting, man. Really, really appreciate that. The super chat coming in. If you guys want to super chat, feel free to do it. If you want to become a member, we have 68 members. Someone can become the 69th member right now by becoming a member. Click on the membership button down below. And you'll get all the perks there and whatever. Or you can become a patron on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Or you can just donate live to the show using the donation link up top. That's even better because then I get all the money right away and nothing goes to Google. So feel free to do that if you want to. Or just hit the like button in the chat if you can't do any of that stuff. Understandable. And in a second we're going to go over to Discord. But yeah, I mean, you know, Cody Rhodes came out and cut a promo that was all right. But again, Cody Rhodes is now cutting promos on Phantom Brock Lesnar. I'm not a fan of what they did to Cody Rhodes. I feel he's cooled off now. I don't really care as much. And now he's going to face Lesnar so he can beat Lesnar. So he's going to beat Lesnar so that you can see that Cody is still a big, tough, good guy. And honestly, I don't really care at this point. So they may not have ruined Cody, and maybe Cody is going to do just fine. But I'm cooled off a lot on Cody. I mean, Cody is still my favorite thing, I guess. But I don't even know. I'm just so cooled off on Cody now. I'm like, okay, I don't really care anymore. And I used to care, and now I'm like, oh, I don't really care anymore. You know, but I sort of get their reasoning. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that they're like, well, let's not just waste the guy for like 3-month run and then that's it. Let's keep Roman Reigns going You know, this is like the Undertaker streak right now. This is like, you know, it's become something massively big. You know, so let's, you know, I don't know, bro. I get it. Let me see here. Let me jump over to the Discord. Whew. All right. We're jumping over to Discord where the big boys play. The Off the Topics podcast, thanks for the $9.99. Retro Neon, thanks for the $3. DWELSH, thank you for the $40. Jay's World, thank you for the $1.99. And the Ghost from the Coast dropping the $40. Thank you, Ghost from the Coast. And now, Luke Rojas.
And Rastafa.
Well, I was going to leave him
And
out.
Rastafa.
I was going to leave
Anyway.
him out.
Yeah, I thought tonight was all right. I think some people are saying it was terrible tonight. I mean, I could see more of a case of why SmackDown was terrible compared to this. I mean, I didn't like the ending. I thought it was a bit of too much of a rehash, but the crowd was hot all night. The wrestling was pretty good. I loved that Usos versus Alpha Academy match. I thought Otis was hilarious in that.
Yeah, I didn't really touch on that yet. That was probably the best thing besides Bobby Lashley's interaction with Bronson or his little fight.
And also, I liked Cody's promo. I agree with you. I do feel like he has cooled off a lot. Like his momentum has halted a lot.
Especially because Brock wasn't there tonight. Like if they were in an active week-to-week thing that was going on, like that could be fun. But like,
well, at least we didn't get one of those like oh, Cody doesn't he's not here this week. He's still recovering from his injuries. That's happened in the past, and that shit is like atrocious. Where they just play a video clip of the stuff that happened last week. So at least we got a promo, and at least we pretty much know that they're gonna face each other at Backlash. I just want to know, like, is this leading to Cody getting a match at SummerSlam? Because
no,
then I won't be as disappointed.
Well, I think he's gonna face Brock sooner than SummerSlam.
And we got that for Backlash, or I'm sorry, WrestleMania Backlash. Oh my God,
because it's going to happen now because the SummerSlam is. I don't know what's going on, but everybody keeps bringing up SummerSlam. That's way too far away. I don't know why everybody keeps.
It's because if they're going to have
show,
if they're going to have Roman drop the belts anytime soon, it's going to be at WrestleMania 2.0, basically.
So I actually want to bring this up because this is something that has not necessarily been talked about, at least in this point of view. So WrestleMania next year is going to be in Philadelphia. And I just realized this that I didn't realize last week. The Philadelphia crowd are brutal, especially if they could, because they could see through BS. They could see through something being forced down their throat. No different necessarily from New York and New Jersey crowds, but that specific crowd, they can turn on you and hijack the show. Now, the fact that it's Mania, because it's a big turnout, it might be a small minority or whatever. But again, if this is not done right, and if they wanted to be ambitious enough to do the match at Mania, oh my God, that's not only ambitious, but that's also downright scary because, it's just, again, Philadelphia's
what match,
no joke.
Cody? What match? Cody and Roman again at Mania?
Yes.
I mean, that's wishful thinking if you think I'm going to be still fucking invested in this goddamn storyline. I think a lot of people are going to be really pissed off if Roman's title reign goes anything longer than SummerSlam because
oh yeah, I know.
Especially if Jay doesn't turn at that point too, because it's like, again, like we all felt like we were reaching a culmination at WrestleMania. We didn't get it. And it's like, oh, there's so much more of the story to tell. But it's like, really, is there? I feel like you should start planning on wrapping it up.
Well,
Because
it's like
I'm not
AEW.
gonna be. I'm sorry, but I'll just let me finish this point. I'm not gonna be that fully invested anymore if Roman is still champion by WrestleMania, and if the Usos, for whatever reason, have not turned.
I mean, it's like AEW. I mean, it's like we always have filler weeks. It doesn't necessarily mean that every week is going to be a knockout of the park, but yet
That's not
there's
what
still,
I'm saying. That's not what I'm
you
saying.
know, no, I understand. I know, I understand what you mean, but I just get the feeling that my gut is saying that if Vince and Triple H really want to try to be ambitious, they'll definitely go for that. There's also been rumors going around that apparently the next Garden show, I heard that there's one in July, but there may be another one in September. I don't know. It doesn't seem that easy to do that in particular, but allegedly because Dusty had that title match with superstar Billy Graham years ago, and he was trying to get the title there, that they might put that on the line for a Garden show. But as far as to what length, because I think that's actually a SmackDown show, which would mean to be on a Friday and not necessarily a live event, that they might do something there. But again, it doesn't feel right. It does not, like they would do this on a major show to really sell a number, to get a good number and a good rating for their pay-per-view.
Yeah, true. But then again, they've ended title reigns at weird pay-per-views before, so you never know.
AJ Styles and oh god,
Brian.
No,
yeah, they
no,
were setting up. Oh, sorry.
No. I was just saying that when that one time in the UK where AJ won the belt.
Yeah, or like when they were setting him up to face Brock at Survivor Series, and then they just had AJ lose it the SmackDown prior. That was pretty weird. So, and he held the championship for 371 days at that point. So, a lot of weird like Punk losing his title at Royal Rumble. Like, did that really feel like it was a big pay-per-view? Like, I don't know. I understand Royal Rumble is one of the big four, but I've always viewed Royal Rumble as more of a as a gimmick pay-per-view. SummerSlam and WrestleMania are, I feel like, are the big blow-off pay-per-views.
Yeah, but then I think Rumble is. I've always thought Rumble is 3. I know some people say Rumble's their favorite, but Rumble has always been the third to me. It's like WrestleMania, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble. But recent years, Royal Rumble has been very exciting to me because the others are just so shitty.
They treat it now like it's another WrestleMania. Same with SummerSlam. They get these giant stadiums basically, when it used to be just regular attendance.
It's the thing about the Rumble is it's just they're so much bigger with shows now that it's finally bled over to the Rumble. First it bled over to SummerSlam. At some point SummerSlam, it bled over from WrestleMania to SummerSlam early on back in the 90s. But then it kind of like went away and SummerSlam went back to being like in normal arenas. But then recently, over the last 10 years or so, whatever, SummerSlam is back to being big arena. And I think now you are, like you said, are seeing now the Royal Rumble. They're starting to bleed into that with having that into being big arenas as well. But that makes sense because they're even doing things like Crown Jewel and places like that. Hey, Pacharo likes little boys, or what is it? Charo, the asshole? What's up, Pacharo, the asshole? How are you? You're muted, brother.
Let me help you, Charo.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Joe, you want to explain how I got this name?
What do you?
Why I changed? You don't want to know why I changed my name?
Your mother gave it to you?
No.
Oh wait, you changed it?
Someone in my job got mad at me and called me an asshole. So I'm pretty much it.
So now that's why you're.
So that's your nickname.
Because on my job I messed up and I made a mistake and then I got called an asshole for it.
I thought Joe gave you that name. So
no, I just did it. I just did it because I'm.
Well, because like my name is
asshole. My job.
My name is Cronin the Loser.
You wanted attention. You just did it.
No, because I was called an asshole on my job and that was just funny. Just because I made a mistake on my job, one little mistake.
Who called you the asshole?
One worker.
Oh,
What a stretch to start a conversation.
yeah.
I want
Hey,
to.
Right.
I just
That's
want
why
to
my
get this.
name is. It's because this asshole at work. Let me tell you about it. Because I made one simple
Let me
mistake.
tell you something, brother.
You know what? You know who the real asshole is? God for making you.
The planet is the planet. Man.
Yeah, the planet.
What?
The planet is the planet.
The plaintiff. All right.
Let me just one more thing before we move back to wrestling, Pacharo. If you go to see Mario Brothers this week,
I'm gonna see it.
please don't jerk off in the theater. That's all.
But
Oh.
why would they do? Why?
Princess
Why would they do
Peach,
that?
because Princess Peach. I know you'll just. I know what you.
I'm
I
not
know.
into
Look
that
like
shit.
I know what
Wario
you're
a little
like.
bit.
I'm not
Okay?
into blondes, anyways.
Yeah, you are.
No.
You're
You
into
are.
anything that has a vagina.
Yep, I know it, and everybody here knows it.
I have a man.
So do you finally make a move on your man?
See, wait a minute. Did you just say you have a mangina?
Yeah, my ass.
Moving on. God, please take the wheel.
Oh
I need
my
an adult.
God. I'm gonna pass out.
Oh my god.
I'm an adult, but I'm not
He
going to
said
say
that with such conviction.
so. Ass fucking. So let's talk about that. Is that Jesus Christ? Did you,
Jesse, I need help.
Oh, with that, what with manginas? I
No.
if I,
I need my
Is that
sanity.
the disease that you have, manginus?
No.
I mean, is that what that's what he said, right? He did say
Yeah.
that was his mangina.
It's
Yeah,
a,
you said-
we have a hole, so it's.
I feel like Jesse's.
He's saying it with such a straight face and conviction. It's not even,
I feel like-
dude,
Oh,
I'm
dude,
scared.
and logic.
We
Well, I
have
mean,
a
there's
hole.
holes there.
Doesn't Jesse look like the? He kind of. I feel like he licks his asshole like a cat. You know what I mean?
What the,
Like-
what the fuck? Well,
I
Pacharo
get
licks
that
his
liquid
Barely
Mangina.
mangina.
fucking put my shoes on. If I could reach that far, you're damn right I'd be licking everything.
The fuck is going on here?
Okay, let's get back on
I guess
track
it's
here.
monetized
Oh,
this.
let me just
Wait a
say
minute,
something
wait a
about
minute, wait a minute, real
commentate.
quick. Stop before you say anything. Did you see that picture that just floats by of Becky on the ground with her legs and ass? Doesn't she look like a rape victim there?
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what do you feel about that, Pacharo? Or not Pacharo, Ristafa, whatever. I don't know.
Or
what his name is.
mangina, whatever you
You
are.
don't know- It doesn't matter what your name is. No, no, let's move on. I mean, again, this is the last thing I'm going to really say about Cody. I mean, going from here, I mean, are we just going to get a one-match pay-per-view with Cody and Brock? Because I think they're going to probably extend it, maybe another pay-per-view.
Dude, I think they're trying to like still baby this thing to make sure that they don't fuck it up. Because if you think about it, like if they do this right, they've already got something golden if they just keep it up, and it will work. And it
if
gives
Cody
them time
win-
to work on the rest of the roster. What happens
I
if
think
they
that-
just finish this off? Where are we going next with anything?
But that's what I said when Cody, again, when people were saying that Cody was going to go over at Mania, I'm like, where do you go with the bloodline? I mean, again, the bloodline needs to be strong. I think what they're doing is right, where one member after another member after another member is going to deplete, and then Roman's going to be on his own.
Right.
However they
Well, I mean, you can't be too concerned. I'm looking at this picture of Becky right now.
I don't.
Oh my
Get your
God.
head out of the gutter and start eating that bread and butter.
Anyway, they can't have the
Look at this.
bloodline always look strong because at some point people are
no,
just
it's
getting
not
tired.
about that. It's that like it's
No,
more
no,
about
no,
like,
no. What I'm saying is like, yes, you're keeping them strong, and yes, it's building to an ultimate end, but I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to kind of get tired of everything always revolving around like, well, we can't take the titles off of them because right
No, but it's
now,
not-
who else could face them?
Dude, at least what I was talking about, it's not any of that. It's more of, I'm not saying they're doing this, but it'd be, I'd get it if they were. It would be nice. Everyone's always saying like, well, man, can't they have good stuff up and down the card? Like, why is there everything sucks except this one thing? Well, if that one thing's already really good and you can continue it, that kind of frees up space creatively to work harder on the undercard, middle card shit. Because if they just kind of squash this and then now they have to spend all this time rebuilding what they already had with these top guys. Now everything else kind of fails and
Well,
suffers.
why do you think nothing's getting the card's not as stacked or whatever, because every major competitor that could have possibly challenged has challenged and lost and been screwed over, and like, oh, I got screwed out of the title. Oh well, I guess next week I could go and have a sing-along dance, and then the commentators are like, well, you know, he tried his best, but in the end Roman's just too strong.
Well, no,
for
I'm
him.
not
He's
even
just so
talking about.
great.
I'm talking about leave Roman how it is. I'm saying when I say this roster, I mean, wouldn't it be nice if the rest of the roster had just as good of shit as the Bloodline did, as far as what you were watching, what the story was? Like, maybe they still don't have a lot of match time on Raw and shit, but I just want to see. I don't want to wait 2 hours and 40 minutes for the best part of Raw anymore. Like,
well, no, but that's the thing. Raw is like a give or take. It's like it's not necessarily the ending that's always great. It's depending on which segment stood out the most, and unfortunately, the main event didn't stick out as far as being that like great. And again, there were actually things on this show that stuck out to me more so than the matches themselves. I mean, again, I thought the match between Bobby Lashley and Bronson was actually decent and was very passable. Otis is over, but there are two moments actually, Jesse, that I actually want to talk about. First thing is Dominic Mysterio botching his own promo right during the intro. And he says, keep your name out of your mouth. I died so freaking hard laughing.
Well, then he did it again right after that. He did it right after that. He said, stick your nose in something like that. You stuck.
I am waiting for Botch Club to come up with a video. I am waiting.
Yeah. He ruined the promo kind of with the things that he fucked up. But that's okay.
Yeah, he was rushing. It happens.
Well, you know what though, he fucked it up, but at the same time the crowd hated him so much and were booing him that he kind of recovered. So he made it seem like, oh, I'm distracted because the crowd's booing me.
Right.
And
even
then
if he screwed up a promo, he's going to get booed regardless because this guy's got natural heat, which is something you cannot teach.
Yeah, dude, he's lucky. Everything he does adds to his like little squirmy chicken shit heel thing. It works well for him.
Now that Logan Paul has re-signed a multi-year deal, I think there's pretty much a 75 to 80% chance that at some point he'll be WWE champion.
Honestly, I didn't even think of him getting in the fold.
I didn't say yet. I'm saying if they're signing him for a multi-year deal, that at some point, whenever Roman loses the titles, Logan Paul will probably get a championship, most likely the WWE title. Not anytime soon.
Any title for that matter. I mean, again, this guy, I would actually be intrigued to see if his brother Jake would also want to get involved. He probably will at a given point, but they're going to do something with the Paul brothers initially.
I feel like he's the one they should have left at the hospital.
Well, I mean, again, that's right now the Paul brothers are pretty much like, again, I don't know what Jake's next move is. I know for a fact that based on the alleged partnership, well, actually, no, now it's going to be, pretty much not alleged anymore, but fact that UFC and WWE are going to be under the Endeavor umbrella. So cross-pollination is pretty much going to be inevitable at some point. So McGregor said that he had somewhat interest because him and Roman have been trading off tweets here and there, working the internet. So that we might get even get that match. We might get that match sooner than later.
But I just hope they don't fuck it all up. Like with Lesnar, like I just got acquainted with his UFC shit, and like holy shit, I've never seen him except in the Cena match when he first came back take a motherfucker down, like he would, like in the first 2 seconds of the match. Like he should start his matches like that once in a while. Like I hope they don't bring in these guys and have them do cookie cutter soft bullshit.
He starts every match. He starts every match the same. I don't know. Brock Lesnar used to know how to wrestle. Now every match he has is the same. He beats people.
Well, and he doesn't do it with any fire. I'd understand if, like, at least if he started like he was about to kill this motherfucker, and then they get the upper hand because it's wrestling. It's pro wrestling.
I don't understand, like, and he's had long matches too since he's came back, but like it feels like you don't even get real wrestling with him. You just get you just get German suplexes and F5s, and that's why I didn't like.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. And that's why I didn't like that that Roman match he had at WrestleMania 31 because it's the same shit. He does
Yeah,
the
that was-
same shit in every match, and it's like,
Well-
I don't mean to sound like a Mr. Certain fat man with a big fat fucking mustache, harping on fucking
you're right. That's what
Brock
I did. I didn't
Lesnar.
even. I was blown away when I finally started watching some of his UFC shit that they never let him start off like he's in a fucking UFC fight. Just at least start it differently. Do something
I don't
different.
think it's them. I think it's just him. He doesn't give a fuck.
No, and Brock does not really need to do a whole lot in ring. Plus, also he's older. His younger years, as far as being that NCAA Division I champion years are behind him. His youth
Cena
couple
match. You
years,
guys remember that though, right? You guys remember the Cena match? I forget. Was it
was it
that
2012 when he came back?
Yeah. That to me, that's what I want more of. Is a little bit more of that Brock.
Well, that's the thing. I think Brock does not want to injure himself any further because again, he's looking at this is like the latter stretch. This is the latter stretch of probably the next maybe 2-3 years of him ever actually wrestling again. So I'll take any type of Brock.
Fuck the UFC
I wanted to say. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Mohammed in the chat. It's funny. Ooh. It's funny that you bring up Randy Orton because I really did at some point tonight. I thought, well, since they said Sammy and Matt Riddle aren't there, they mentioned it multiple times. I'm like, it'd be weird if at the end of it they're all attacking Owens and then just all of a sudden you hear Randy Orton's music. So it's not only Matt Riddle who's joining them. Now it's Randy Orton. You got RK Bro back, but they didn't do that. So I looked like
it would be a fresh match. It would be a fresh match with Randy and Orton, if that were to be
Kathy
the case.
Kelly
But again, we keep talking about Orton's return, but the thing is, Orton is still not medically cleared based on everything that I've been reading, and it's just there's no sign of when he's going to be back, if he'll ever be back. I know his son is trained to be a wrestler, but that's all about I know.
I thought I heard that he was cleared.
Fourth generation. Listen, if he is, I'll tell you what, you're not going to know now because if he is cleared, they're going to pretend like he's not cleared. So it's hard. It's really hard to tell because they're going to keep it secret as long as they can, even if he is cleared or if he's not cleared for when he is cleared. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean. It's going to take something really definitive at this point. And by the way, is that fourth generation for his son? Then that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, he's technically his stepson, so not direct bloodline, but yes, technically.
Oh. So he doesn't count. He doesn't count.
Yes, he does, but you know how it is.
No,
he does.
No. You have to be blood. Sorry.
Oh, 3.5. 3.5 ain't bad.
Well, fuck my adopted ass.
So
he wouldn't sacrifice his own life for that. He'd like half-heartedly take a bullet, but like only if it was.
I actually seen the video footage.
Bullet,
I've seen the video footage of him wrestling. He's actually doing pretty well, actually. So like,
that's good.
His timing is really good, especially when he does that.
He's got a nice
Orton snapplex or like whatever, he puts him up against the ropes and just snaps back and just pretty much power slams him. There was actually a moment tonight.
Like you like when people get power slammed, big sweaty man.
You like it when your mustache gets power slammed to your face when
the fuck.
It happens. I've seen it happen.
I don't have a mustache.
Facial hair power slams you right in the face. It happens.
I have a spick stash, my good sir. You like when show tune musical men have like nice pretend wrestling? Is that what it is? You like some weird sexual thing? Are you like a pervert?
Do you like perverts? I'm assuming you do because you're bringing them up.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about him. You did.
Wow,
no, he's a pervert.
He's denying. He's totally gaslighting me now. This is what perverts do. Are you a pervert? Do you like perverts? Do
you like Percocets? I'm gonna give Raw 5 out of 10 tonight myself. I don't know how you guys feel.
5.5 for me.
There you go.
I mean, and the one spot that I will say that tonight that actually just made me laugh my ass off completely was Bronson goes up to the top rope and does the Lou Thez. And a buddy of mine was just like, dude, we got to call it something. I was like, yeah, let's call it a meteor shower. Where pretty much he's teabagging a guy as soon as he comes off the top rope. And I'm just like, bruh. Because
Oh my God.
you got a 400-pounder coming on you. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that spot again. But
Oh my God.
Please
We're
clip
not
that
doing that spot
400
again.
pounder coming on.
400-pound. Oh my God. Every sentence that Rostafa has just sounds fucking gayer and gayer.
Actually, yours sounds gayer and gayer. I'm just pointing out the obvious because apparently that's what happened. That Bobby Lashley got teabagged.
Yeah, I don't know if
So,
400 pounds can reach their dick little. What the
Tell Bobby that.
Jesus. At
Anyway,
any rate,
I liked
so, yeah,
I liked
tonight,
Otis.
yeah.
I liked Otis's match. I thought he was fucking hilarious. I
The Caterpillar.
like the fact that the Usos got a little bit more out of their like storyline because they're always involved with this big serious storyline. So it's nice for them to sort of interact at the lower mid card. It does feel weird though that the guys who won the main event of WrestleMania both fucking just jobbed out 2 shows in a row. Doesn't make any sense. Solo Sikoa, I don't know why we're supposed to really like this guy that much. I mean, I think he's good, but like he's been in the company for like 6 or 7 months or whatever, and for some reason he's going over on everybody, and I just like
because they can't get Jacob.
I don't know. I just get annoyed by that, where it's like, dude, first of all, the Samoan Spike I've always hated. I think it's a shitty looking finisher. I don't understand.
Hey, don't talk about a Umaga's finish.
Well, you know what? Umanga or Umanga, whatever the fuck. I didn't like his finisher. I didn't like his finisher back then. I don't like it now. With discount Umanga.
Oh, he looks like a mix of kind of like Umaga and Taz and something else.
I was going to say he's more like Taz.
He's got potential, but when they book him like this, where he's going over on like former world champions who are getting jobbed out to him, like I don't know. You get this weird feeling like, oh, who do you really think is pulling the strings back there? Hey, you know, why don't you make my cousins, why don't you make them like all win against everybody? Like, I don't know. That's where you're feeling like The Rock is coming in being like, hey, you know, Solo, he's really like, he's a really good talent. You should just have him win against everybody.
I did it for the Samoan bulldozer. I did it.
I know that's probably not what happened. I'm sure I'm sure Vince just has or whoever in the back has a hard on for him, but I don't know. It feels like, oh, he's in the bloodline. He's in the whatever the fuck family.
The Samoan dynasty.
Yeah, the Samoan dynasty. He's this young up and comer, and now he's going over on like literally everybody. Like,
and apparently he's a legit. Apparently he's a legit badass, and that's not talking about his wrestling character, but you know.
Yeah, he learned from his father, who used to shove his ass in people's face. Legit badass.
Yeah, but then he made his grandfather Alpha, and he'll whip that ass even at his old age.
What's he the street champ of? What's he the street champ of? His dad was a wrestler. His fucking cousins are all wrestlers. Like, they lived in fucking nice houses. It's the same with John Cena being like, yo, I'm a thug. And then he lives in West Newbury.
Yeah, the median income is $88,000.
Like, the Usos aren't thugs. They lived like posh lives. They played fucking college football.
Not too posh, but yeah. I mean, Rikishi literally came from the Bay Area, where it's just like, you know,
oh my God. Do you know what that median income, household income that I've been saying for years, since it was from 9 years ago? Do you know what the median household income in West Newbury, Massachusetts is now? $164,000.
On average?
That's the median income in West Newbury, Mass.
Wow.
He grew up on the hard streets of West Newbury, Massachusetts.
Yeah. Look, $164,000. I made that on YouTube for 3 years.
Who were Shane's goons back in the
You mean the
Attitude
Mean Street Posse?
Yeah, that sounds like their backstory. Like, remember they were like, we grew up on the tough, rough streets of Greenwich, Connecticut.
Bro, and they made more. Obviously, they probably made, you know, like their fathers made like millions, probably, or $500,000. But still, John Cena grew up again. Like I said, the median income 10 years ago when I brought that up was $88,000. Now it's $164,000, but $88,000 10 years ago was like $120,000, $130,000. So you know what I mean? It's like, Come on, bro. That was always the goofiest thing. It's like, why didn't they say Cena? Why didn't Cena say he was from Dorchester? Why didn't he say that? Why didn't he be like, I'm John Cena from Dorchester, Massachusetts? Like, it would have been like, oh, shit. Like, okay. But, like, no. West Newbury, Mass. What the fuck?
Even back then, people were looking up, people's names and like where they were from and all that crap. People Finder, and like 2005, 2006, it would have leaked out. So
now I'm poor. Thanks, Cena. You're fucking.
I mean, they
from a
said
rich
that
area.
They said that Kofi was from Jamaica when he was from.
No.
They said
that he was
right?
from. No, from West Africa, basically saying like, that name, that's really an African name. The guy who was reporting on him, and he just kept on hyping on. So finally, they actually leaked where he was from because they called his mother. They found his mother's number and called her to get the real story.
No,
Who
and I'm like, damn, dude.
Can you imagine how psychotic people are? To be like, oh, the Jamaican guy's actually from Africa. Like, who gives a fuck? Like,
right?
That shit that would have annoyed me so fucking much.
And by the way, that guy apparently was from the NME.
If I was old enough to complain about things on the internet back then, I would have complained about that.
And Luke, that guy's from the NME, which is like one of the most ruthless tabloids in like the UK. So this guy was,
Kofi's childhood a little bit, and he did that stuff in Africa, but I mean, he really lived in Massachusetts the longest. So it's like,
yeah,
he's a Massachusetts guy, but with a, you know what I mean, from Africa at the same time.
You went to wrestling school with him. You guys were best friends. You said the same thing, right? You said that you guys were best friends and you hung out all the time.
No.
He stole your opportunity.
No, he didn't. No, we didn't.
What type of rumors are you spreading, Luke?
And he mugged you.
Are you thinking of somebody else? I mean, like I wrestled him once, and I knew him. Slightly.
No. You said you wrestled him. You actually beat him in a real fight, and he was like, "Whoa, you're super cool, man." And then Sasha Banks sucked your dick. Like these are all statements.
You're right. The Sasha part is real. That's crazy. Underneath the ring too. Underneath the ring.
She was a ring rat.
But she was Mercedes then.
You thought it was Leah. You thought it was Leah because, as you commonly say, Leah is white Sasha.
Yes.
Thought it was Judra.
Yeah, she's got a forehead too.
Oh my god.
I just always
what do you
thought.
think that forehead is for?
Yeah.
Keep him dry.
When I met Leah, I was like, I knew what Mercedes looked like because I had been in wrestling school. And then when I met Leah, and I was like, wow, you're you're the type. Yeah, you're the type, baby. No, but no, I only wrestled Kofi once in a tag team match, and he was cool at the wrestling school when I saw him. And I couldn't, I did not know he got signed. I remember when he came out on Raw, and I was like, whoa. I've been out of touch with wrestling for a little bit. I've been watching it here or there, but I wasn't paying much attention to like the local wrestling and what was going on with people that I used to know. And so when I saw him come out on Raw, I had no idea. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy that they put pretty much so many, like even before they put the WWE title on him, they put pretty much every title on him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like the longest reigning tag team champion. He's got the most tag team titles in history. It's pretty cool. Like, and as a kid, he was one of the first people I saw. So he held the Intercontinental Championship when I first started watching.
Yeah.
So now I always kind of view that championship sort of synonymous with Kofi Kingston, or like, because he was the first champion I ever saw.
That's so interesting because I'm so old now that like he still feels new to me. So it doesn't even. It's funny how old I am. Like because my earliest memories are when Undertaker debuted. It's like, what the fuck? Like I'm old as shit.
My earliest memories of Kofi was when he was in Ohio Valley. You know what I mean? There's a couple tapes that I saw of him because they were circling around, like
I had no idea.
Even back then. Yeah.
I think the first full wrestling match I caught on TV was like KANE when he was world champion. He was facing Kofi Kingston, and they had and I was like, holy shit, that guy's kind of scary, and he's fucking bald for some reason.
He made you horny.
Getting some offense in, yeah. So it made me actually get invested. It's crazy. And then I bought the Undertaker DVD because I got so wrapped up in that horrible fucking Brothers of Destruction storyline.
Oh yeah.
And then that's how I started watching, like, you know, the Attitude Era and Undertaker versus Shawn and the Hell in a Cell.
Well, listen, boys and girls, I've got a jet. Appreciate you being here. Early morning. Jesse, good to see you, bro. Luke Rojas killed it. Rostafa, we could have talked. Probably we could have done another 2 hours on this show, but me on Mondays now. I gotta go. Keep it hard, boys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Pasharo wants to say something.
Pasharo, kill yourself. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'll be on. I'll be on tomorrow night, and I have no work Wednesday, so Tuesday nights, is a big night for me. Pasharo, what do you want to say before we get out of here?
Send the video. What do you think of it?
What?
I send the video. Can you see what do you think of it?
What is it?
He wants to review a video.
We should review it. We should review it.
Where do you send it to? I don't see it.
In the chat, it says watch this.
I see naked people in there.
Yeah.
No, not that one. The JCS chat.
Oh.
Is that a child?
I hope not. Otherwise, that person's banned.
Charo, don't do that to your dog.
I don't see this video. I don't know. I've lost patience. Show it to me tomorrow night. Send it to me tomorrow night. Tuesday night. I'm out of here. It's not in there. I'm not gonna find it. I can't find it. Pasharo, Tuesday night. Save the video. Show it to me again Tuesday night. We'll see if we can play it. And I'm gonna go definitely find the clip of you saying that your asshole is your mangina or whatever the fuck you said. I don't even know. But we're gonna listen to it. Thanks for being here, everybody. I had a lot of fun. You guys are all crazy. Hey, thanks to DWELSH and Ghost from the Coast for dropping $40 each. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow night, Tuesday night. Tomorrow night. The Tuesday shows have been pretty good, so I wouldn't miss tomorrow night's show. The Tuesday nights have been pretty good shows. So tomorrow night, I don't know what's going to happen, but bring it. Good night. Thanks for being here, everybody. Drop a donation if you want. You can still do it. Super chat members. Yeah, yo, Paul Heyman got me thinking I'm going for gay for men. Yeah, I want to put it in his ass and then eat it gobbling. Then gobble on the sphincter while I'm commenting. I want to put my mouth on his mouth and kiss him. Then go straight down south, his sweaty chest, his big man breasts. I want to give him the rest. Rest in peace to my penis. Oh my God, he make me hard. I want to go and have sex with him in the yard of an old lady that don't like two guys fornicating in a fucking flower bush. I want to show him my tush. I want to eat him out. Let Trish Stratisfaction on both of us. Oh my God, we could have a three-way too. Cody Rhodes, I could show you my toad. Yeah, I got a big hog, they call it the bullfrog. I want to put it inside of Cody Rhodes' mouth. Then take brandy and pull her pants down and go in and out. Go in and out. Have sex with the whole locker room. Go in and out. Go in and out. I'm going in and out. Trish Strat. Oh, look, Becky looked like a rape victim. What are we doing? Good night.